All right. Okay. I think this should be okay. Okay. Hello. Forgive me if I'm like looking over here. That's where my other monitor is. So welcome everybody to this watch party of all of the tour video diaries. Um, so hello. I think this is okay. My mic is like, it should be multi-directional, I think. But I'm gonna be looking up here because that's where my other monitor is. I feel like I could like just grab my camera and be like, just believe me. There was like a Reddit story that was like, my first time streaming, somebody decides to mess with me and they post, "Look up here, idiot." That's that's what I'm thinking about right now with like me looking over here very obviously. It's the things that you don't see when I'm playing like Ace Attorney. Unintentional finger heart. Alright, so I hope everything is okay. You guys can see me okay. So, this is the first time I'm doing like a watch party like this, so I'm like a little nervous, but I think I understand where we're gonna go with this. So basically, I'm going to play each video diary that I've done leading up to the premiere of my final one. That's gonna be at 4:30. I counted out like the content time, and I think it's like maybe just about like an hour, hour and a half, hour 20 minutes of content for like the first four video diaries. So we'll have plenty of time to like just sort of vibe in between. If we need to take a break, we'll take a break. So, how is everyone doing today? And also, of course, we will have live me reaction in the corner when we're watching the videos. Wet. Yeah. So, there is definitely a tropical storm right now. I'm keeping an eye on it because, like, my office is like, so I live right on like the coastline. So my office is like, my office and the foyer to the place that I'm living at like is on like the side with like a bunch of gravel and sand. And sometimes like the gravel will like get displaced with all the rain or get like it'll like puddle up and flood up, and then it'll start coming through the side of the house through the foundation. So I'm keeping an eye on that. It hasn't happened in a while. I get it worse in the foyer, and then sometimes it like comes up through over here, but or like because it'll like go through the foyer and then like come back here. So I have towels. It doesn't affect because I have like everything off the floor in here. But it should be okay. uh let's see, if the power goes out, then the power goes out. So yeah, I didn't even know there was a tropical storm coming until my mom was like, "Oh hey, by the way, keep an eye on the tides." I'm like, "Okay." Man. So good vibes only for this. So before I start, I kind of want to talk a little bit about like my reason for like doing these. And I'm sure like I think in the first video, um on the in the first video I explained kind of what the vibe is for this video series. This, everyone, time to send the big vibes. No power outage or big tides. Here, hold on. There, I have a command for this. Bombade. I should probably like log into Stream Elements and change it to go go, no flooding. But basically, the intention with this video series is that I wanted to document how I was like experiencing all these tour dates. Um, and like I'm really bad at shooting on location. I can barely like keep myself together, let alone keep myself together and have like a camera out. Um, So my thought was like, you know what? I still want to document this. So I just decided like, okay, I'll turn on a camera and like do a bunch of lightly edited videos where I talk about like how I was feeling on tour, the things that happened, like good and bad, how I felt. Um, and there's like at least one of these where I'm very clearly exhausted. um, but overall, I'm really proud of how these came out, and I was thinking like maybe I should do something like this after every event that I do. No promises for that. One, yes, at least one. um, and yeah, I was thinking like maybe I could like do something like this for like different events that I do, especially since like um I'm like doing Northwest Idol Fest next month, and I signed up for a bunch of other big stage things for next year. So I'm like, I know, I should take a break, but but let me know what you guys think. These aren't like hard to make. It's literally like I sit in front of a camera for like 20 to 45 minutes, and then I just sort of talk about what I want to talk about, and then I plop it into Filmora, and um I like edit around the parts that like I don't want to include anymore, or where I misspoke and then redid. And then I add silly funny jokes for the people that are like watching the actual video. Oh yeah, fun fact. So I had these for um like it's like okay, they'll be barely edited, and then like I started adding like my silly little jokes. So they're not like anything important. They don't like take away or like really add to it, except for like there are some parts where like I added a bit of context because I like filmed one day, put it away for a day, and then I went to go edit, and then I was like, I don't fully explain what I mean here. But other than that, like it's all everything that you need to get from these videos is like in the sound itself from me talking. I mean, look at Northwest Idol Feast, Northwest Idol Feast, Northwest Idol Fast. God, what are we having an Idol Feast? A Northwest Idol Feast? I was not able to make this the so Keast Idol Feast. Is that Um, is that what we called it? I think I don't know. It'd be lit, but I don't know. We should all go to Hot Pat. No SoCal Idol Pal. Nope. Uh, there's got to be a Keast Idol Feast. So I'm thinking, yeah, we'll just go through these videos and then take a break, maybe like every one or two. Because I was thinking we'd watch these first two here, and then we'd take a break. I'd be able to go pee. I say first two here like you guys can see the screen. I'm a great streamer. We'll do the first two, and then we can do the second two, which are a bit longer. And then hopefully that just gives us enough time to be prepared for the premiere at 4:30. Hydrate. Ugh, all right, hydrate. You also should all hydrate. Yeah, that is a lot of hydration. Anytime I bring this on screen, like through the camera, this bottle is just gonna get bigger. 5 water bottles. Now, I don't even have that. I know I just went like emergency prep shopping today, and I have like a whole case of like couple cases of water in the house, but they're not cold. And then if they're not cold, they give me a tummy ache. I'm a tummy ache survivor. I have gastro issues. Got my 2 liter bottle. I mean, hydration good. Everybody drink water. Or like go outside and just like in the rain. All right. Is everybody ready for the first video? Oiter. Put them outside. I can like hear it raining super hard outside. Is everybody ready? Hmm? I feel like there's like a 10-second delay between me and you guys. Let's fucking go! Alright. Alright. Live. We get to see the live Pawn Ranger reaction up here. Alright, let's go. Also, there are no caption on this. For some reason, my captions is broken. Like, for YouTube, like, I go to do captions on my videos, and they, like, it, like, is like, okay, yeah, we're still auto-making the auto subtitles. And then if I want to edit them, they're like, you can't do that. It's like, come on, man. These are like 20-minute videos of me just talking in my unintelligible New Jersey accent. All right, let's just get into it. I look very different here. Oh, no sound? Oh, shit. Alright, we got it. I turned off desktop. Everybody, no sound. There's no sound, Pawn Ranger. Die. No, you didn't say it like that. There's no sound. Throw Pawn Ranger into the pit. There is no sound. Alright, I got it. Alright, let's redo this. Can you guys hear it okay? Is the volume levels... Hello, civilians, it's me. Alright, take 2. Pawn Ranger. So, in lieu of making proper vlogs, because I'm very bad at filming I look very venues, different from this video. My plan is to make some video diaries for different tour dates that I have on my tour. So with these videos, I'm just gonna turn on a camera and speak off the cuff a little about my experience on the tour dates. I don't really like have a script for this. I just have like a set of you had script for this to keep me on topic. Don't lie to them. There won't be anything super crazy on screen or any editing. So I encourage you to have this on in the background. I kind of do a little bit. I want to set a baseline for like this video series. So first question is, why'd you go on a tour? And the short answer is because I want to, and the long answer is I've wanted to do a tour since I debuted back in 2021. So, like, telling lies, no papa, motherfucker. Last year to actually do. And the second thing is, how did you get the capital to go on this tour? And I want to be very transparent and say half of it is stuff I saved up. Say the only reason why I say I look different is because I like bleached my hair in the interim and wanted me to travel and left me money to travel. I've also like, without going into too much detail about this, I lost weight on tour. Like, I just fell into a situation. No unwarranted comments about my body, please. I get them enough. Me to like just get a jump on doing this. Since last year, I've been like, with my health scare and stuff, I've been kind of like carpe diem-ing it up. So if I want to do something, like, I start making the moves to do it because I don't want to regret not doing it. But I think at the end of the tour, I'm gonna make like a big like, how did I do the logistics for this tour? Because like there's been quite a bit of logistical planning aside from like the capital aspect of it. So like I'm still budgeting. It's
Yes,
not like
I'm
I
more
have
into
an unlimited
comments on
budget
smacking
for
the mic.
thing. So it's like planning, like a lot of me like doing stuff on tour has been a lot of making good on connections that I've made within the idol community. So I've
Yeah,
met a
I'm
lot
bringing
of
back the
people in
like
the short 2 years that I've been
tiered
doing this, and a lot of
ombre
those people
hair.
are people that are in my local area or used to live in my local area, or people that like I helped out in a professional sense, in one way or another. So
It
a
turned
lot
out
of the tour dates that I got were like,
I'm being shy about having
hey,
friends.
Pond Ranger, my friend, I run X thing. Would you like to add it to your tour dates? So it's like, I wouldn't say that it's like a type of thing
Hi,
that, like,
Misaki.
just anyone can do out of the gate, but it is a culmination of like all of the skills that I've learned about like pacing myself.
Peep
and
that
also learning a
stack
lot
of
about
tour
myself
t-shirts
on
behind
the
me.
tour. So I'm
Ko-fi.com/tikibats_art because I have so many.
I'll
Please,
have this cool record
please
of
get
the
rid
entire
of my
experience.
my tour shirts.
So treat this as if you would a podcast. So to get right into it, the first tour date that just passed me by a month ago was PuchiCon 2023.
Buy as many as you like.
On May 13th to the 14th. So PuchiCon is a convention that I have some history with. In 2021, they ran like applications for like a one-time maid cafe for PuchiCon AC 2021. And I think at the time it was called Moe Maho Maid Cafe. And I just decided to go
That's
out for
true.
it on a whim. And
I am
got in,
graduating
and it
from
was the
Milk
first time
Pink
that
at the
I've
end of the
ever
year.
performed live in some capacity, as like as in like an idol type performance, and like afterwards, like Moe Maho Maid Cafe decided to continue under the name Milk Pink Maid Cafe, and it was a fun experience, and I liked doing it. And the reason why I chose PuchiCon AC 2023,
Yeah, they're waiting until the end of the year
of
to tell
sentimental
people.
reasons. So like, while I was planning stuff, the first tour date was actually supposed to be like animazement, and then for some reason there was some issues with getting like an Idol Fest off of the ground. I say Idol Fest. Is Idol Fest trademarked yet by?
No, they're posting my graduation
the
at
Idol
the end of
Fest
the year.
Foundation?
I've already made the notice.
Who knows?
It's because I've had to miss all of the events this year.
So,
for good
there were
reason,
some issues
but
with like getting like some sort of idol showcase off the ground at Animazement, and that would have fallen directly on my anniversary. And I was like, what am I gonna do? Because then I have like this gap in stuff, because I had like Delta HCon in the works, and then like I had Ranger Stop and Pop confirmed until like I had to cancel it after PuchiCon. So I was like, where do I go? And then I saw that PuchiCon AC was looking for some musical guests and performers, and I was like, you know what? I know that guy professionally that runs it. Let me see if
I thought we
can get
did
into there, and I did.
for Idol Fest, but
So
Idol
at
Fest
the
in the
actual
way that
venue,
it's stylized
it
for
was
the event.
at Bally's in Atlantic City. I live a reasonable car ride from there, and for some
A
reason,
reasonable car ride of 40 minutes.
in my brain, I was like, it's gonna be like last time, because at PuchiCon AC 2021, they had it at the Showboat, which is kind of like a family-oriented hotel. PuchiCon is like a family-oriented con. There's like a lot of people with like kids. There's a lot of people with kids there, so like,
I'm reacting to what's coming up.
Kind of like the same experience. And then I walked in on Friday to pick up my badge, only to find out that there was like smoking allowed in the venue.
Gross.
In New Jersey, in most like public spaces like hotels and like restaurants and stuff, like smoking is not allowed indoors. And if there is like a designated smoking
It's really gross.
They're like outside.
The organizer of the convention did reach out to me after the event.
Oh, there's designated smoking places.
It was really gross.
Like, oh, okay, PuchiCon will book out a venue that's like
it's like a
venue that they had
it's
before.
like a casino that's been there since like the 70s.
Not good to expose kids.
So it's just
smoke.
caked.
So therefore, there will be no smoking indoors, but there was.
I'm very allergic.
I believe people were allowed to smoke on the casino floor that was underneath.
People were allowed to smoke on the convention floor. Fun fact.
Smoking room on the floor that like PuchiCon had booked out. And the unfortunate thing about that is that I am allergic to cigarette smoke. It makes all my like respiratory issues flare up.
I used to not be, but then I worked at a warehouse.
Kicks my immune system into like
where the guy that owned it like smoked cigars like every single day, like would smoke like a box of cigars every day.
It's like as if you like
it would make me so sick.
Into, like a bunch of pollen. Like,
they closed the Guy Fieri restaurant.
Face puff up, hands puff up, like crazy. So I picked up my stuff on Friday. Left
Flavortown was our only salvation.
After picking up my stuff and checking out my room, and I was like, oh my god, I have to perform on Sunday.
It was closed that whole weekend. Because of the event.
That's no shade towards the convention though, because it's like, I get it. You need to book conventions where you book conventions, but like,
I think it's still there, like, but no. they did shut it down during the convention.
And like, I ended up going again on Saturday to see some friends who were in town.
Hi, Ashes.
And we spent a little bit of time there. It wasn't
They're
as
not
bad
here.
because I was like claritined up. So the performance day came, and I think I did all right considering the circumstances. The day before, I was like, all right, here's the game plan. Inhaler, check.
Flavortown removal surgery.
Washcloth to like wipe my face in the bathroom, check. Nasal spray, check. Claritin before the show, check. And even then it was like a little rough because I got on stage, I got through my first song, I breathed in, and all I heard was just coming from my lungs. Oh, drop that.
This guy dropping water bottles.
But
get him.
I made it through. I want to thank everyone that came. My co-producer came. My friend Ashes came, and the leader of Yabai, my homie Cure, and one of their friends came. And then towards the end of my set, we had like some people come in that were like just checking stuff out, and they were vibing and they were dancing and waving, like I guess like the glow sticks that they got as a prize from another panel beforehand, and everyone seemed to have a good time. So you know what? I had a good time.
You didn't.
So, what have I been doing after PuchiCon? I ended up canceling my date at Ranger Stop and Pop for personal reasons.
That costume was very good.
Table, so there was no performance. If you're a patron on my Patreon, you already know
Patreon on my Patreon.
With that. I'm sorry.
I do have a Patreon, don't I? I just don't push it.
The other side of that is that I have surpassed the 5 confirmed dates that I wanted to have as a goal in my announcement video. So I will be going to Delta HCon at the end of the month.
Me?
I'll be going
I do look cute.
to Metro
sometimes
and doing Metrofest there. I will be at Teco and Otakon, and then a secret 5th thing that I'm not allowed to talk about yet.
This was Anime Magic and not SoCal Idol Fest.
On one hand, that's fucking amazing.
Because I didn't get into SoCal Idol Fest until July.
That's kind of insane to think about. I'm currently packing the first wave of orders for my pre-order merchandise, if you can see it behind me. If you ordered before May 31st or on May 31st, you're part of the first wave of pre-orders that are going out. And
yeah, I made it just under for SoCal.
I'm just waiting on some t-shirts.
I was first on the wait list.
Some stuff from Grace to come in
and
to
then
finish packing all those.
I think a group disbanded in the interim between applications and
I advertised
event.
my Patreon for the first time on my Instagram. I hope that you'll consider donating. It's $1 a month for all of the cool rewards that you'll see on the website, and you'll see the names of people that have already donated and have become Patreon patrons.
Right, where am I posting?
So
I have a Patreon.
The month
and I never promote it.
For Delta HCon, I will be performing at the Texas Idol Fest event there, and then I will be doing a secret other thing that I'm not allowed to tell you guys about until Martha gives me the okay. But
the day I posted this,
it will be a weekend full of pondering during Texas.
Actually, I think the day I filmed
this.
This
is editing pun on a crappy mic because I'm currently on the road while editing this. I'm able to tell you guys now about the things that I'm teasing. So at Delta HCon, I will be performing as a guest maid with Kira Kira Entertainment's Hero and Villain Cafe that weekend.
It's because
and
literally
then on Saturday of the convention, I will be performing in Texas Idol Fest's Be Your Own Hero Idol Showcase and participating in the merch table meet and greets afterwards. So I hope I will see you there if you're going to be in Houston. I've never been to Texas before. I'm really excited.
Like, I think literally the day I filmed this, it was announced that I was guesting there. Not really. I don't know. Am I guesting?
Take me.
Was it a guesting? I wasn't paid by the
to
con.
meet members of the Texas Idol
Technically, I
community
was.
in person.
I don't know.
I'm kind of interested in like the regional differences of like communities.
Guesting by sneak in.
I think it's really interesting to see how like other communities just sort of have like their local culture and vibe, and it's been really fun to see that, especially since I'm so heavily involved in my own back at home. And to end off this video, I'm gonna put a little
I'm
thing
really
that's
glad you made it.
what I learned about myself from PoochieCon.
Thank you so much.
And the stuff that I've been doing after PoochieCon between tour dates. So I have learned that with all of the stuff that I've been doing, I've been feeling a lot of pressure to be perfect, or for my stuff to be perfect, to be in complete business mode, to bring my A game. I need to impress. I need to stand out. I need to, like, it needs to be perfect.
I'll talk a little bit about local community pressures.
I've been feeling a lot of
after
pressure
this video,
wow.
and that as to why I felt that way.
In some ways, it's like, yes, that is true. You should do your best. You should do the best thing that you can. But the thing is that, like, there's another thing. Because, like, I can do the best that I can, but, like, you know, they don't necessarily, like, it's not like necessarily it's gonna, like, wow people when they see it, you know? So that's a lot of pressure to know, like, what the audience is gonna think of when I actually get there. And I have learned that for all the pressure that I'm under, I need to do at least one fun thing. I need to be silly or I'll die. So I need to do something silly and fun and for myself while doing idol stuff. I've been trying to figure out what that one silly thing is. As of filming this, I've been trying to think if I want to do like a hallway thing at Anime Next.
Oh.
Because it's literally right near, like, I know exactly where it is. It's not a bad drive. I used to go to school in the area, so, I know exactly where Anime Next is, and just a no pressure thing. I've been trying to figure out if I want to do something no pressure there. Maybe it'll be a tour date. No, it won't. I'm not gonna friggin' do that to myself.
That never happened.
It's an unofficial stop.
Anime Nexus here was,
like when
there was
train,
no
like,
space for that.
Stops at a station, but doesn't actually let people get on or off. They just sit there for a second and then like go. There's probably a word for that. My trained people, can you give me what that word actually is? All right. So I think that's it for this video diary for Puchikan. Expect the one for Delta HCon sometime next month. A lot of traveling means a lot of downtime, so I don't know what I'm gonna be like doing, because like
it does not.
a lot of my like Mondays and Thursdays are being like eaten up by flight. So I think in like the 3 days of rest time I have between like the dates for the last 3 weeks of July, I'm just gonna be eeping. So
this is the face of a man that doesn't know what they're getting
little
into.
vlog, video diary, podcasty thing. I hope that you got whatever you needed to do done and that you put on while watching this. I hope that if you can, you'll donate to my Patreon, and if not, that's cool. Just share this video with people. Tell your friends about the little guy that you like named Pond Ranger.
Tell your friends. Tell your mom. So, untapped mom demographic.
Everyone. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Alright, we can let the outro go. You paid for this, Kay.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Yeah, dads count. Untapped dad demographic too. I lived! Alright, guys. Alright. Chat engagement right now. If you're from New Jersey, pork roll or Taylor ham? Dads are kind of moms if you think about it. I think so. But you're like solid for like the rest of like the tour content, because I think you're good for like the rest of the tour content, because most of it was made while you were still donating to the Patreon. I've never had Taylor ham, but I've had pork roll. It's the same. It's the same product with different names. It's pork roll. Taylor ham is the brand. Pork roll is the meat. Let me switch over here. Cool hip fun fact if you didn't know, at the end of all of my videos with like this outro, I have little jokes in there. Oh yeah, no, that checks. So yeah, no, it's like, it's kind of interesting to watch this video and see like, let me queue up the next one while I'm sitting here. It's kind of interesting to see here, like, how I was, like, in May, or, like, June. It's, like, I filmed this in, yeah, I think I filmed this in, like, early June. So, it's before I toured a lot. So, I mentioned something about community pressure, and I don't want to go too deep into detail about this, but, like, every regional community for, like, the overseas idol community, like, it's like regional music scenes. They have very like different vibes. Like the vibe up here in the Northeast is like it's very like laid back. It's focused on exploration. It's very community focused, and like very like right now the biggest focus that we have is like a community up here in the Northeast is creating entry points for new people. And a lot of that's been spearheaded by Jenny, who runs Otacon's stuff. And then, like, in Texas, it's also the same kind of, like, laid-back community focus, like, focus on improvement, focus on entry points for new people, focus on gaining experience. And then in Florida, it is very, like, pressure-y. Like there's a lot of pressure to be very skilled. There's a lot of pressure to be very professional looking. And that's why and that's a lot of because there are like a lot of people down in Florida with theater backgrounds, with art backgrounds. And it's like it's also not like a dig. It's just that's the vibe down there right now. And that can change in the future. I imagine it would. But it's like there's just a focus on skill in presentation, and I come from a community that's very much like you tried and it looked pretty good and you went above and beyond, and it didn't look, even if it didn't look like super skilled or super clean. So a lot of pressure to kind of explore, like to do that. But I think I did pretty good at MetroCon. Also, holy crap, I do not promote my Patreon in the rest of these videos either, because I'm embarrassed to. Like, I post on there like at least once a month. I don't know. You're no pressure to donate to my Patreon, but if you can, I think there's like a $1 and a $3 tier. And the $3 tier just gets you like discounts anytime I like put out stuff, so they're about the same. So for $1 you can see all of the content that I put up on there. And please, I'm the only that's who's scared of money. I am, it's true, I'm scared. I worry that like I'm okay at promoting my stuff, but I worry that like I'm being cringe about it. So like, because it's like I'm fine promoting my merch because like that's a physical object that you can receive in the mail. Like if you give me like, I think they're $15 right now my shirts with the sale until the end of the month. So like you give me $15 and some shipping money, and at the end of it you get a t-shirt. You give me $1 every month, and what do you get? Early access to videos and demos and me posting about what project's next. And that's not like a physical item, so I feel weird about it. So, but if you want to support my Patreon on a monthly basis, you can. To patreon.com/pawnranger. I'll put it down here. patreon.com/pawnranger. You graduated at the top of your class, and yet promoting is scary. Curious. I did. I did. Yeah, it's $1. Thanks, me. A small price to pay. Yeah, but it's $1. Small price to pay for bread. Yeah, true. Especially since like a loaf of bread right now is like $5. You can get metaphorical bread for $1. So yeah, actually hold on, let me look at my like badge for don't look at my couch. I have like stuff to make CDs back here because I'm doing a physical release for my original song when it comes out. Hydrate. My Transformers collection. I have all my badges from these cons back here. Let's see. Alright, I have all my badges from the conventions down here. So I have here first MetroCon. The badge. This is what they hit Jesus with. ASMR. Alright, I saw a hydrate. Everybody drink. So let's see here. So I have my MetroCon badge here. This got me a lot of places. The person who gave it to me wasn't so happy with me. I think they were just staffing for next stage. They weren't so happy with me. I think they were busy prepping for the convention, because like I had to walk over to the other convention hotel, And I went up and I knocked on the door and they were like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "It's me, Pod Ranger from Discord." But it's got me in places. And then I have my Techo one that's attached to it. You can see my Techo badges. Oh wait, this is Otakon. This is Otakon. I worked at Otakon. I took photography at the Idol events. Here's my Delta HCon one. Yeah, I guess I was considered a guest, but I was considered a guest under Kira Kira Entertainment. So, I really like the ribbon con culture a lot. So I think I might have ribbons for Northwest Idol Fest. I think they also participate in ribbon culture. I have to ask. I'll have them at my booth. Here's my Anime Boston one. Oofa doofa. Here's my Anime Boston one. Not tour based. Here's my Anime Next. Old one. Here's my badge from Techo. I don't know if you can see that. There's like a glare. It says changing the game at stage Uzume. I met the Techo Shokan founder. I did. When I went on Techo Today Live, she was there. And Techo Shokan founder liked my little stage costume. I got a little Vax Stampede, don't forget to water your plants, and then someone gave me this one that just says Nico Nico Ni on it. And then here's my badge from SoCal Idol Fest. Alright, let me go put these back on my Northwest Idol Fest does not openly participate, but we won't stop anyone from giving ribbons. But we don't personally have any, give out, facilitate. Oh, okay, yeah. Guardian ribbons. I'm surprised, especially since I know a lot of people in staff also really enjoy ribbon culture. Oh, okay. I'm gonna turn back around. Don't look too hard. Oh, okay. Good. Women love me, fish fear me, ribbon. Women love me, fish are ambivalent. Alright. So, what'd you guys think? So, next up on my thingy here is Delta HCon, which I'm going to switch over to the regular scene. So this was filmed shortly after I went to Delta HCon, I think in the interim between Delta H and Metro. God, it's weird because the lighting in my office made my hair look super dark, but then you see me in normal light. I think this is the point where I started using just my phone to let me check okay, 1080p. I started using my phone to record instead of sitting in my office because I was so tired. So are you guys ready to get into this one? Let's fucking go! Alright. Let's get into it. Whew. Oh wait, desktop audio's off. Okay, there we go. There we go.
Hello, civilians, it's me.
There we go.
Pod Ranger. So, I am filming this kind of in the interim between MetroCon and Techo. So I am a little late on my
Delta H Con
This
video.
is quite the angle.
Basically, what's gonna happen is I film this here while I have some downtime before Techo, and then I think I'm probably gonna
This is
end
very
up
intimate.
filming my MetroCon
Does this
video
to you
diary thoughts while I'm actually at
It doesn't work
Techo.
'cause I have
So I will
light
be in a
coming here.
completely other location other than my house. So let's get right into the activities for the weekend. I
don't know why I filmed like
a Maid
this.
Cafe event with Kira Kira Entertainment.
I think my
and
back
I
hurt.
did Texas Idol Fest for the first time, which was very cool. Before this event, Martha had messaged me like a month or two before, I think, when I announced my tour, and she was like, "Do you want a tour date?" And I said, "Yes, absolutely, I do." I love her so much.
We love
if
you,
are
Martha.
Watching this right now, Martha, hello, hi. Thank you so much for having a spot for me at your Maid Cafe and at Texas Idol Fest, and it was a really fun experience.
Pawn
and you will
Rizzer!
see all of the cool stuff that I will talk about during this thing. So on Friday, I did
I have like a
guest
speck of
performance
eyeliner on
with
my
Kira Kira
eyelid.
Entertainment. They did a hero and villain cafe. So Friday night was a hero cafe,
mascara?
and I was like the guest
Don't
maid
look at
for
it.
And then the night after was the villain cafe, Saturday night, and they had. I should know this.
The food
I should
was
know this.
damn
Hold on.
fucking
Hold on, let me
good.
look. I know. They were very nice to me at this convention. So on Saturday night, they had Reborn Rhythm perform.
Shout out
for
to
their Villain
Reborn
Cafe.
Rhythm
They
for
were,
being
guilty
very
tips,
supportive of me.
which- good taste. So like the food choices for like
They were very kind to
these
me.
cafes were like, for the Hero Cafe, it was like very light food, and then like fruit, and like the sandwich is like a cucumber sandwich, and then for Saturday it was like very rich food, so like the tea sandwiches were like ham and cheese, and the dessert afterwards I think was like a devil's food cake, or like a very
Very good.
decadent chocolate cake.
Go to Kira Kira Entertainment's
Both were
events if
very
you can.
good. All of the food at
because
like Kira Kira Entertainment
it's
cafes
really
was
fucking
very
good.
And I'm not just saying that because I made the cucumber sandwiches for the I helped make them.
I did.
So during
I
the
did.
Kira Kira Entertainment Cafe, I performed UFO. I'm gonna see if I can get some footage from this event and post it up so everyone can see it. So this is the first time I performed UFO by Playing Stars, which I'm slowly, and maybe not so slowly getting.
It was very well executed.
way into
Martha
Yaba
does know her
Cube
shit.
idols.
This guy is a
So,
certified
and this
Playing
is the
Stars
first
fan.
time that I implemented my, if you give me a train fact, I will give you a free pin at my meet and greets. And some people took me up on that. And that is my trick to getting you guys to tell me about special interests.
This is an autism
Specifically
friendly
trains.
tour.
So there was a guy that had come up to the table and we talked for a little bit, and his train fact was that he worked for like a Japanese rail company, and he told me about the like mountain rail that was there. It was very cool. And if you're watching this, if you're out there, my dude, I've not stopped thinking about
It's true.
that like fact, and I think that is very cool.
He is so
And
cool.
then,
I
it was
I
a
don't
good
think he
night.
ended up following my work
And then
afterwards.
on
But if he's
Saturday,
around,
was
literally
Texas
like
Idol
the
Fest.
coolest shit ever.
And I had a rough start going there. I had.
It's a very kind Wota.
It's a little embarrassing to say, but I kind of had a mental breakdown during sound check. I'm still very embarrassed about it.
This is
But
the
everyone in the
pressure
community
from
was very kind
Florida.
to me because like there was just some
Related.
stress. I was dealing with like some bullying before the event, not from anybody in the Texas community, just like in general, like online content creator shit.
People did
And
give me
they
a
were
lot of
very
shit.
kind to me, and I cannot thank them enough for that. And then after that, it was totally fine. I was totally fine. Everyone was very kind to me. Like, someone gave me like the ice cube out of their thermos that they had just filled up, so that I could like help ground myself, and I like was fine. It was very nice.
People in Texas are very nice. Southern hospitality is real.
I'm a little embarrassed to talk about it, but I'm just, I don't know, that sticks out to my mind. I'm gonna...
A future pun is not...
It's gonna stay in there. It's gonna stay in my head.
I was
for a very long
not
time.
good. This is like probably the most attention I've ever
community in
received
Texas
as
is so
an
kind.
artist. And that comes
and the
with good and
performance
bad
went
stuff.
Really well. They were very supportive. And then afterwards, I had my baby's first convention-sanctioned meet and greet. I did have a meet and greet after my Puchikan performance, but like a meet and greet where it's like a Taiban type thing.
Wrong word. Taiban is...
It was very fun.
Taiban's like a multi-performer event.
I
guess
a
it
lot
is.
of sales at this one. I almost sold out most of my stuff. Like when I went to MetroCon, like I was like, oh no. That's a good thing. One of the other things that makes me like, I'm gonna try not to cry, like saying it, but I'm like, I know people are like weird about like kids in the community, but like, it is. It's.
I'm also gonna try not to cry thinking about this.
Like some younger members of the community looking to get into more stuff, and they like just to hear that like someone that's like very. I don't know how to explain this. It's like I had a lot of younger people come up and like tell me that like they're very inspired by my work and like they want to get more into idol stuff because they see my shit and they see other people's stuff, and man, it's just like so when I was younger, I like really wanted to do idol stuff when I was like 12, 13. So when like younger people come up to me and they're like, I really want to do what you do. I do this thing right now and I'm 12 and I like doing this thing and I'm very inspired by your work. I like see myself at that age and it I'm like really trying not to get like choked up and crying over it, and it's like it feels good. I hope I can continue to inspire people to like do stuff, especially younger people.
That's what it's all about, baby.
Being like tokusatsu themed, I think that's what the tokusatsu hero thing's all about, for me at least.
The dreams of children.
So another thing that had happened, I didn't post about this.
I'm gonna pause it right here. So, and I'm also gonna hold for like the 10-second delay. Around here is when I talk about Swit's passing away from cancer. So if you're not familiar, without going into too much detail, Swit was a VTuber and very prominent member of the community who ran a lot of things. And she had passed away back in June from complications, and it was kind of weird, like not weird, but it was kind of like hard to take because like I didn't know her super well, but we had like friends, like mutual friends, and I think I'll talk about it more later. But if you're sensitive to discussions about this, or like just want to like check out for like the next couple minutes, I will play it through and then I will discuss a little bit, and then when you see like my full screen camera come up, that's the time to come back, because after I talk about Swit's passing, I talk a little bit about like I think prepping for July and going to an izakaya with the Kira Kira Entertainment team. So Yeah, I think it's for most of this. It's a couple minutes long, so if that is something that you're sensitive to, I would recommend like either just muting for a little bit, walking away from the computer for like the next 5 minutes or so. All right, cool. All right, I will let the stream delay go. 5, 4, 2, 1.
On social media. I'm gonna put a content warning somewhere on
It did not
here
render.
because like someone in the community passed away during the weekend. So Swit was an idol in the community and also a VTuber and had run like a bunch of stuff. They were in Danzu Dash and she was in like she had ran AWA's stuff, and I didn't know her all that well, but like I remember when I heard we have mutual friends, and I ended up not posting about stuff because like I didn't feel like it was really my place because I didn't know her that well, but when the announcement came that like earlier before the convention, it really hit because just as someone that like previously at the time where like recurrence is like like I don't know how to explain this. It's just like cosmic horror levels of like it's the worst thing that can happen to a person that you get marked as you're cleared from like your cancer, and then like the idea that it could come back and come back way worse and leave you in worse condition that you've ever been, even though you've been like fighting this whole time, that's like cosmic horror levels of like upsetting. And it's just I don't know how to like explain this. I don't know how to explain my thoughts on this at all. And finding out that they like had passed away the morning of Sunday during that when I was there was upsetting. Like I didn't post about it during the weekend, but I thought about it a lot on the way home. I feel like I'm saying a lot of nothing, but like man, so after the convention, I went to
I'm gonna pause this for a minute so I can talk a little bit about this. So before I say anything else, there in the pinned comment for this, there is a link to Swit's Relay for Life that was set up by her loved one. So if you guys can, I think they also have a flower wreath thing for AWA, like a fundraising effort. I think they made their minimum goal, but I think obviously people can still donate to that until the campaign is up. So please do that if you can, or if you can't, Switz asked as a final wish for people to donate blood and blood products if they can. And it's one of those things where like I think I talk about this later, where I was like just doing so much on the tour made it difficult to process things because, you know, there was no time to slow down and be like, wait a minute, this happened and it hurt, and I feel bad, like I feel an emotion about it. That sounds like so vague and like not good, but like you know what I mean, where it's like, hey, I'm feeling something very strongly and I didn't have time to sit down and process it, and
now that the tour's kind of ended, I've also kind of processed this a little bit, because I didn't say anything because we didn't know each other very well, but the impact that she's had on the community, and also the fact that we had mutual friends. This was someone that, if she got better and continued to live, this is someone that I could have very well met and actually, hung out with. That sounds like weird to like say, but it's like, I don't know. It's one of those, like, me and my friends all introduce each other to everyone that we know. And it's just the fact that, like, I was told at one point, like, oh, if you go to AWA, you'll get to meet her. And now I don't have the chance to actually meet this person that I've heard so much about. And it's like kind of just grief. It's grief. Grief is weird. So so if you guys checked out for these past couple of minutes, now it is safe to come back, because I now talk about post Delta HCon stuff that is not as serious.
Anomikai. I did Anomikai with my friends from the Maid Cafe, my new friends from the Maid Cafe, and Martha.
Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate,
And that was
hydrate.
very fun. It was a great way to end off the weekend. And then on my way home, United Airlines just lost my luggage.
United Airlines is a bitch ass motherfucker.
Like, they just lost it. I was
Who
able to
pissed
get it
on
back
my
within the
fucking
week,
luggage.
but it sucked. It was a good convention, and I had a lot of fun. The community there is very kind. Let me think. What did I learn about myself from this event? So, what I learned this time was that it's okay to be vulnerable and ask for help. And that I also need to pace my goddamn self.
This will be the lesson for every single video
I,
from
had
now on, by
absolutely
the way.
wrecked my voice at the Idol event, and I spent the next 2 weeks, like, nursing it back to health. So,
It's because I was tigering.
so now what? Well, if I had filmed this when I intended to, I would have said that I was waiting for United to give me my shit back. I had the whole like Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch ass motherfucker bit planned for this. I don't know. So, and I would have said like, oh, I'm going to Metro. And I'm scared because the Florida community is very big.
You're scared for different reasons.
So the next steps for me is to restock for the back half of my tour. It's looking like Anime Magic in August is going to be my last event. So I will see you guys again when I film at Techo for my MetroCon video.
This guy's a liar.
And then if I don't see you then, I will see you maybe in the next one. Maybe when I put up performance footage.
That was edited weird.
この番組
I
は
don't remember why.
何のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Hello, Martha. Yeah, I was in fact taken to Waffle House. I was in fact taken to Waffle House. Yeah. Wahoo? Is that what people call it? Wahoo? Wahoo? I love that. Speaking of merchandise from the back half of my tour. Alright. Well, okay, you can see me from over here. Can you? Wahoo! I have so much merch left from this tour. Please take it away from me. I have a sale going on right now. This is a bad advertisement.
So, if you're interested in tour merchandise, maybe not this hoodie because I only made one of these, but I have t-shirts, kofi.com slash tikibats_art. Hold on, let me find the thing. Hold on, let me find it. There's a sale somewhere. There's a sale. I have a sale. So, here you go. Please take it from me. Please take it from me. So yeah, no, local man never rested this whole tour. I did not. And it got even worse in July. You'll be able to see it in the video that I play after this. But first, I think I'm gonna take a 5 to 10 minute break, go to the bathroom, do some laundry, rest. Go to the bathroom, do some laundry, maybe get a little snack, because I haven't eaten lunch yet. I should have done that before, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So for this next set of stuff, break time, dishes and hydration. So basically, I'm gonna take this break and then we'll hop into the next two videos. So the Tricon, Metrocon, Tekko, and Otakon, and then SoCal Idolfest one. And then I think that'll be enough time because we'll have maybe a little bit of time between the premiere for the last one. Man, it is like the pressure that I felt at, like, the reason why I was like had a breakdown at Delta H was again the like pressure to WoW for MetroCon, and you know, that's not like a dig at anyone, it's just a local vibe, a local standard, and it's just a different priority than I personally have as a performer and creator. Like, I care a lot about like the vibe of the crowd and not necessarily I'll get the skill later. So all right, let's do 5-10 minute break now. All right, I hope you guys will also go break and sip and pee and do chores in the next 10 minutes. All right, and I'll see you guys then. All right, and we're back. What everyone do during the break? I love your BRB music choices always. Thank you. um, this is literally just my likes playlist on Spotify, which means that a lot of these will definitely be muted when I post the VOD. You rested your eyes a little bit. Okay, good. A little rest, a little relaxation even. Anyone else? Eh? I hope you all didn't disappear on me during the vibe. Took a small bit of a walk. Yeah. I took I took a little longer than usual because I emptied the dishwasher, and I made Swedish meatballs last night. So I found that all of the um like meatball ick is was still stuck to like the pan I used to like finish cooking them and the pan I used to like get a crust on them. So uh that had to go back in the machine. Always fun when that happens. It's the perks of cooking for yourself. All right. So the next two videos coming up are my MetroCon, Techo, and Otakon video. Because I cover all three, and my SoCal Idolfest video. So, you guys ready to get into it? So do I look like an insane person and with the lighting on my thing? This is like off topic. I just want to make sure. Okay. It's gonna wash me out inevitably, but alright. Let's go!
Hello, civilians. It is me, Pawn
This
Ranger.
guy's exhausted.
And, I am recording this before I go out to SoCal Idolfest. So I had just finished the hardest month of performing that I've ever done. So excuse the way that I look. I absolutely destroyed my hand
Hey!
after Otakon. I am okay. It was just a little bruised. I might have to switch my mic hand for future events, but
I did fracture it. It is better now, but it doesn't move quite the same.
Hardest month of performing that I have ever done. 3 cons in 3 weeks, back to back.
It's healed up, but it still like hurts for me to write and stuff.
And then Otakon. Oh my god. So I'm filming this at 3 in the morning, not 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I can't read even the clock on my computer. And I'm so sorry if I look very tired and very insane. I've just cut my hair fresh for SoCal.
Yeah, it's been healing pretty good.
My packing before I head out. So we'll start with MetroCon. I lied and said that I would record my coverage for this in the Techo hotel room, but I was just wiped when I got there.
MetroCon was exhausting. I'm not gonna lie.
MetroCon was my
It's
first
the
time
Florida
performing
heat.
in Florida in like 2 years. Last time I performed in Florida was in 2021, and I did a hallway event at Hallmat 2021. But if you know anything about me and the things that I posted, Hallmat 2021 was not a good time for me.
Nothing good ever happens in Florida.
Perhaps this is the redemption arc for my experiences in Florida.
Sometimes things good happen in Florida.
It was very good. I performed for Metrofest, and then it was the only thing that I had other than like the meet and greet afterwards, so I was able to enjoy the convention and check out Tampa with all my friends, and it was very fun.
We did have fun. Shout out to Ash and
the only thing
Ash Signals.
That wasn't great about it was that people were discouraged from doing Woda Gay.
And
so if you know anything about
their friend group.
Oire Mase as a song. I'll put some footage here of what like the crowds actually look like for this.
Yeah.
There's a foodie copy involved. I put my mix guide up. It was a whole
So-called
thing.
free thinkers when Oide Masai comes on.
And some people had told me afterwards that they were discouraged from doing the foodie copy, even like sitting down, and were discouraged from like even standing in the room and mixing, and
Yeah.
cracking UOs from their seat.
Florida is not
Hey,
WOTA.
this is
WOTA
a-
friendly
this is a
usually.
10. I want to take.
I didn't know that until I
encourage
went
the
down
other
there.
shows. So this is appropriate behavior at idol events. It is completely up to the performer whether or not they
Hello,
actually want this
thank
to take
you.
place
Right on
during their
time, Laughing
set.
Mecha. We're
So it was more of like a performer's
we're about to talk
discretion
about
type thing.
Tekko in
Of
this
course, the
video.
venue can be like, no, these specific things.
I'm
but,
talking about MetroCon,
generally
Tekko,
speaking,
and
for idol
Otakon in this
showcases,
video.
as long as like the venue doesn't get damaged,
Hydrate.
other people aren't hurt, people aren't like running and jumping like over the stage and like disrupting the performer, it should be okay. But call and mix isn't a disruptive thing. I don't know. I feel very
It can
strongly
be.
about it, mainly because
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Con staff and people
I
being
don't know,
like
people's
weird to WOTA really like
ability to enjoy my performance.
Yeah, it really
was impacted by
didn't have a good time
being
at my show
discouraged by,
because
like,
of
con
it.
staff to not mix, not pop UOs, not do stuff. Even though I very clearly had a mix guide on the thing, it is not the fault of the event organizers or anything.
Yeah,
like
this
that,
isn't Next
but
Stage's fault.
It is something I would like to see next time I show up.
Get
Florida
good.
to see
Skill
more
issue.
acceptance of WOTA.
I know you
more
exist
idol
down there.
posters type
I know
stuff
you
like
exist
that.
down there.
Alright, so next is Tekko. So I did a lot of stuff at Tekko. I
Towel
did
on the chair. Spotted.
I guess performance at the dance competition.
Here's Tekko.
Then I did a in convention talk show.
Yeah, this is
called
all my video
Tekko
diaries.
Today Live, and then after that I did the idol showcase at Stage Uzume. So
This is you
first
and
off,
this is
like,
Laughing
at the
Mecha and
time,
Tom. Shout
I
out.
do want to say that a lot of going into Tekko, I had a lot of anxiety because I was like supposed to represent like the overseas idol community in a lot of aspects, and at the time this was like while people were bullying Sorbet and while people were like doing the stupid K-poppy versus J-pop fandom war bullshit because of that. And I was very nervous because I was like, I'm already very tired from MetroCon.
It's
and
good to
I
see
don't
Barry doing
know
good
how
still.
much I would be able to take if someone was mean to me in person. Because like with this online stuff, it's always on. It stays online. It doesn't mean that it's less real and less
Yes.
harmful.
It was also great
but
being on
it
Tekko
doesn't
Today Live.
leak out into like
I had a lot of
real life
fun.
because people don't really want to say those things to a real life person if they have to look them in the eye and say it. It's like this type of bullying is something that people do online because they think they can get away with it. And it was just, that's the environment I was coming into Tekko with. So I was a guest performer for the dance competition, which is very K-pop heavy. And
New friends.
I think I did really good. I was having trouble with my hat. It was filmed, so
I don't know what
when I'm
happened to
getting
that footage.
footage back, but we'll find
Again.
out soon.
I'm
I'm trying to think what else about this performance. Yeah, I was very. It's a very.
It's still in
K-pop-centric
post-production.
piece,
Oh, sick. Okay,
which
cool.
Seems like too lofty a language to describe a dance competition. with.
Hopefully, okay.
But it's like I was concerned that people would look at me and think I was cringe for being part
And I
of
am.
the overseas idol community.
And I am cringe, but I'm
normally,
free.
I am cringe, but I am free. I don't really care, but it's still like it's just like I'm just an anxious person. And I care at least a little bit about what other people think of me secretly deep down. But I'm
forgot about
glad
that.
to report that my fears were completely unfounded.
I
And that,
forgot about
yes, it is true. All of the bullshit online that people think they can say because they're hiding behind like
I forgot about that picture.
their handle and stuff. It's just bullshit that they say it because they can get away with it, and it very rarely
shows up to your face. So
I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it.
this
Sorry, I forgot about that. When you're being mean to me, this is who you're being mean to, wizard cat. Delightful. Alright. Continue on.
performance, I also performed UFO by Playing Stars, which is very funny to me if you
Playing
know,
Stars
you know.
mentioned.
And
Oppai
then
Manko Manko
the day
Chinko.
after,
Oppai Manko
I
Manko
did
Chinko.
Techo Today Live, which is like an in-convention talk show type thing. So like they have like guests from the convention come on.
That's
and they have to
you!
talk about
I'm pointing.
what they're doing at the convention.
That's you laughing,
Or,
Mecca.
like the day that I went on, they had
And Nancy.
designer, like the fashion designer guest, like Puvithel, come on
Yeah,
and
later
talk a
that
bit
day.
about like what they're doing at the convention, their design stuff. So I was invited to come
This was filmed
on
after
and
Otakon.
talk a bit about like the overseas idol community and stage and promote the Idol Fest happening at Stage Uzume, and talk a little bit about myself and my tour. And this is my first experience as a member of the idol community where I've had to like represent in a very like straightforward way. Like I'm an admin for the International Idol Network. I run stuff back at home for Tri-State Idol Union. I am involved with like Idol Fest as staff.
Idol Fest, TM.
I'm involved in so many of these like community infrastructure type things that I was like, okay, I'm equipped to talk, but I've never felt that I was like a good representative for the community. But I knew what I wanted to say going on, where I was like,
I'm an alright rep.
I wanted
I
to talk
think.
about like the music scene aspects of the overseas idol community, because
Like standing like
all of the
like
idol
2 months
culture
out.
stuff, I don't think it's secondary. I think it's a very important part of the overseas idol community. But I do think it is something that like maybe
So the
a
picture you
bit
took of
harder
us
to
on
get
stage,
if
I'm
someone
staring at the
isn't
glow stick with such
already,
childlike
like,
wonder. Yeah,
like an idol
it's
fan.
so fun. UOs are
But
great.
People understand like independent music scene type stuff, and like they understand that, so I can lead in with that and then talk about like Woodagay and other idol culture aspects that make the scene unique. And I think it went over very well. Laughing Mecca, if you're seeing this, hello.
That's
Thank
you!
Also, it was very easy for me to make fast friends with the people running Techo Today Live because we were all fans of Gundam. Me and the host are both
This is
like
a Gundam-loving
customizer
household.
and builders, so just there's that connection there. And
Yeah,
if you found
man.
out about the overseas idol community, or you learned about
I
the
wonder
overseas
if you've
idol
seen
community
it.
at Techo, or because you came and watched me on Techo Today Live that morning, hello, welcome. I hope you're enjoying your stay, and I hope you really enjoyed the stuff at Stage Uzume. And then later that day, I did my Techo Idol Fest Idol Showcase stuff, and it was very fun.
You guys did great this
I
year.
always love when audiences do Wodoge and they do call and mix.
I
As
like
said
it. I
before,
like it when
during,
people
like,
are able to get
RetroCon,
up to the
I
edge of the
think
stage.
I'm falling even deeper and deeper in love with that type of appreciation. And even people that weren't super well versed in like call and mix still pulled up my call and mix guide.
I didn't have one
And
for this
still
event.
tried-
That's a lie.
And still tried to follow
But
along with the people
they still.
that knew what they were doing, and I appreciate that so much.
But people still
Thank you so much
did
for
it. I
everyone
don't think
that
I was
showed up
able
to
to get one
Techo.
out for Techo because I was absolutely
then-
cratered after Metro.
And then after that, I went to
Went to the-
Otakon.
Oh, sick.
And
Okay.
worked my ass off. So I did opening ceremonies. I did my show on Friday, and then I worked my ass off.
Mr.
that
Tom
weekend
Strike,
being the
tear
gopher,
down
so I
this
took a lot of
wall.
photography, and I took
23 hours of
I
staffing.
took a lot of photography that
And
weekend.
I plan to staff
for
next
Annie
year.
and for cosplay list and for now presenting, and I got to hang out with some people.
I'm an amateur
I
photographer.
did stuff with Yabaidoru that weekend, and it was probably the best.
So I've been in the
I've
community
ever
for
had
15
so far.
years.
I'm
This is the
so
first year.
sorry. to
Oh, sick! I hope you'll go to many more now.
Showed up to my shows
Laughing
before.
Mecca.
This is peak. This is it. This. I will never beat this unless people are really, really into it at SoCal Idol Fest and at Anime Magic. Unless people are into, but I don't think it'll beat it because there were some things that
Nobody did any lifts on the concrete
made
at
the show.
at SoCal Idol Fest.
There was a bit more leeway than the shows that I normally did because it was a solo
I will.
live and also
You will not
weekend
work a 40-hour
So
weekend at next
I will do
Otakon.
opening ceremonies first.
I will not, but I
did
will.
opening
I will
ceremonies with
probably
Cheery
staff
Girls and
again.
Phoebe. And they were amazing. I love them so much. And I performed Yushao Tanjo from Gao Gaigar, and I was really nervous that people wouldn't be like super into it because like, that people look at like idol stuff and they're like, oh, they just go, oh, isn't it supposed to be cute? It can.
People
be.
liked it.
can
People
be.
love the Brave
But
series. Are you kidding me?
Sometimes you can, I can have little Ameca music as a treat.
I can.
And it was very fun. It went over very well.
People love Gao
Shout out to
Gaigar.
the
Are you
MC
fucking
wearing
kidding
the
me?
Sympho Gear outfit.
Yeah, shout out to the guy in
Hoppy.
the Chris
I can't
Hoppy
speak.
at Otakon.
And then
Opening ceremonies. I did.
I did photography that weekend afterwards.
Being on the opening
And
ceremony
then
stage was like
I
having a
did
flashbang in
my
my eyes though,
tour
because it was so
detail,
bright,
which
like with the
was
professional
a
lighting.
solo stage of just me for a whole hour at 10 p.m. on a Friday night, and I had a really amazing turnout. I was
Alone
told
again on
that,
a
like,
Friday night.
50 people showed up to start, and then I ended the night with over 70 to 80 people, which is insane considering like the time slot, and also I'm not a big name person. So, oh my god, it's really amazing. And because it was a late night show, I was able to be a bit looser with
I was
the
able to say
content.
fuck.
People could OMC for UFO.
I don't know.
If you know, you know.
I'm so glad I'm not doing
I
main
can-
stage
I
show
can say
anymore. My
fuck.
eyes. Yeah.
No repercussions. People were allowed to. They had the space to do like wodoge. When I would say like wodoge, I mean like not the general term. I mean like silent dance. Wodoge. People had the space to do that. People were.
Am I
cracking
big time?
UOs left and right.
I don't think I am.
And I had basically I had
Am I
the whole
considered
room
big time
to
now?
myself to command as I please.
And I will
it
have
was
that
so
again
fun.
at Northwest Idol Fest.
People were doing lifts, which was a big bucket list item for me.
Don't let Tom
as
see
a-
this,
as
but
an
I'll let
idol
you guys
because I
do
was
lifts at
doing a lot
Northwest
of
Idol Fest.
convention-sanctioned
Just don't let
idol
anyone else on
showcases.
staff see you.
Um,
You can do a
and I
lift if you can do it real
apologize that
quick.
Lifting is now banned at Otakon. I shouldn't say banned. It's not banned, but it's frowned upon now. which means that you shouldn't do it anymore.
Put other
But,
people on your
like,
shoulders and run
man,
around with them. As long as you can
That
do it
is literally
safely.
the best show that I've
I want you to
ever
do it.
fucking done ever in my whole idol career.
Just make sure you don't hurt anybody else or like damage the
during-
venue.
Some highlights include during Love.exe, I had an instruction that said dump as many UOs out as possible. Like
This
crack as many UOs as possible. And a bunch of Voda just fucking dumped a bag of UOs on the ground and started.
These are the guys to
cracking.
beat for
And they cracked,
Northwest
like,
Idol
2
Fest because
bags
I'm
of
also doing
UOs.
Love.exe for
A bag
Northwest
and a
Idol
half or
Fest.
something like that. And people cracked more, but this was just like one set of people. And at the end of the night, I had people put everything up on stage, so it was easier to clean up for the staff afterwards because they had to clean up.
Who's
the
the
room
sheer
and
Dex people?
shut it down for the
Hopefully
night
they're
after
not
it was
watching
done.
right now.
And I walked off with like a bouquet of 60 UOs, but that doesn't count like
the ones people cracked independently of
Don't worry. It's okay. I have
that
Sympho
set
gear
of
in my
Laura,
set, which
and, like,
immediately
the ones
smooths
that
that
people threw in
over.
the garbage because they weren't near the stage.
Ooh,
So
schedule.
this comes to the part of
Smart water in
what
the
did
frame.
I do afterwards. So right now I'm in the process of prepping.
If I can find them, I will.
SoCal Idol Fest.
Ideally, I'd like to like have.
I'm a bit nervous.
people
I've
do
never
'em.
been.
I didn't bring those
to
UOs, by the
Southern
way.
California before.
Those are brought by
in general, like not
some
even
WODA.
just as,
I
like,
think
a
they
performer.
were
I've
brought
never
by the
performed there.
Annie
Like,
Party
I've never
guys.
performed there. I've never stepped foot in there. So I am excited. I'm hoping to go to Asayoru's Maid Cafe. And I'm very excited to see some friends that I have only talked to on the internet. I'm very excited to see Phoebe again.
I love Phoebe.
And yeah.
She is my friend.
So what did I learn from
I love her so much. She's
these
so nice.
experiences? One, it's that I need to stop being so scared about what other people think of me. I know it's gonna be a hard habit to die down, but I need to stop thinking like that.
Can we get you? If I can find them, I almost never get my orders from Lumica USA when I place them. So I'm thinking of getting them through the distributor.
Is that I should enjoy my time at
the distributor. I mean
events
my
more.
plug.
Like when I'm off the clock,
my
I can
my
do
silent
whatever I
plug.
want, and I don't have to be constantly in work mode while I'm at a convention. And then the next one is that I need to slow the fuck down, which I think every single video diary has ended with I need to slow the fuck down.
You do. I still do.
So
I still need to slow the fuck down.
My last lesson learned is shit that happens on the internet usually only stays on the internet.
Usually, key operative
I
word.
absolutely destroyed my hand post Oda. I like rammed it into a wall.
This is a kind way of saying I punched a wall.
I don't know if it's fractured
or a door.
or if it's like
it was a
soft
boxer's fracture.
Tissue, but it hurts, and I will be using it as like my mic hand because I can't be doing this shit with that. So I'm gonna end this video here. My hand will get better.
Be nice
I
to me.
will see you guys in the next one after I'm done with SoCal Idol Fest. So the hardest month ever performing, but I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Oh yeah. A little bit, yeah, basically. Alright. So, was not at MetroCon, but Teko and Oda were blasts. Fun reminiscence. Oh fuck, don't remind me I have to talk to Teko people about figuring out special secret guests for next year. Guess, you say. Yeah, no, I guess that makes sense. Pretty sick. Alright. So, we're coming up on the last video. You are Teko people. Yes! You are Teko. I am Teko people. Sorta. I just realized that this is Tom. Teko secrets in chat? This is being recorded, by the way. The VOD for this is, in fact, going up. Don't reveal anything that you wouldn't want revealed to the public. Tomathan Strikethan. So, let's hop into the next one, because we're getting very close to the time for my final video. 4 weeks till no, I'm not ready. A little bit. I am like in overdrive with Northwest Idol Fest prep right now. Like, I'm waiting on my costume to be ready, hopefully. I'm waiting, like, from the commissioner. I'm working on stuff, and I'm waiting for like spray paint to come in, and I'm doing secret signals stuff. We feast in 27 days. All right. Let's get on to the next one. Are you guys ready for SoCal Idol Fest video? Go for it. Not Masquerade Tom. Stage Uzume Tom. Alright, let's get right into this. Oh, okay. Turn that back on. Hello, civilians, it is me, Pawn Ranger, your favorite guy, back again with another tour video. Me and my parents' house. I'm recording this on September 1st, so you may notice that I'm a ways out from Idol Fest date, and I'm also visiting my parents while recording this. You may recognize this room from my earlier content when I wasn't away at college. So that means if you're good and stay for the rest of this video diary, you will get dog footage, at least 10 seconds of dog footage. You will get at the end of the pickles video. And Oscar picky. Oscar tax. So you will get picky footage and doodle footage. August 12th in California. So this is my first time ever going to California. Like, well, that's a lie. I went a couple years ago to visit some friends in San Francisco, but this is my first time in SoCal. I've never been to LA before, or like the LA area. So I was really nervous because I've never been. I'm like a 7 or 8 hour flight away from home, essentially. And it was, so the Idol Fest Foundation's first like music festival type event. It's kind of like a proof of concept year. So I knew that this was like a long time coming, and of course I wasn't privy to any of the selection process or anything like that. So it was a long time. I had applied, it was one of the first things I applied for my tour, just sort of threw it out there. And I had, I was like, I may or may not get in. We'll see what happens. I think I applied for it like before Anime Boston, so that's how far back that they were planning this. Yeah. And selecting people. So I initially did not make it onto the original roster of performers. And I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm gonna work for like IIN there, I'm gonna like do representative stuff. And then a couple full disclosure, a lot of full disclosures under the like literally like, it's true, it doesn't give me any special privileges. Something happened, some group had to drop, and I was put in to perform because I was the first on the wait list. Put me in, coach. And that was really exciting. I didn't think I would make it, but I'm glad I did. So this is like my first time out in like that area, and I didn't know until the event how many fans I had. Like, I knew I had fans in like SoCal. I knew you were out there. I knew I had fans in California in general, but I didn't know like
how many.
I got a
fans
little
I actually
gift
had
from
when I
someone
was
at,
there.
at SoCal Idol Fest. It was a little
And
bread.
people
I'll
started
show it
coming up
after
to me
this
my
video,
performances
but
throughout the
it's from
day while I was on my performance booth,
Sunny
and started, like,
Place
talking to me and being
Idols.
like, oh my god, I can't believe that you're out here. I didn't think you'd ever come out here. And I was like, yeah, no. So, because there are so many of you, I'm thinking about coming back out.
I applied to ALA.
I'm going to try to apply for ALA.
I did.
So,
I applied for ALA, and we'll see what
I got a
happens.
very warm welcome out there. Unfortunately, halfway through the event, I
Fingers
started
crossed.
getting, like, heat sickness. So, like, my costume is light enough that it moves around on its own. I have plenty of skin exposed for me to, like, sweat it out, and, like, I can take the hat off and put out my hair and stuff.
Yeah, I was so sick.
I was sitting there, and I was getting, like, sicker and sicker, and I was like, you know what, I can just, like,
Yeah, it truly did.
green
Holy
room.
shit.
It'll be okay. And then it just
400
kept, like, then I stopped
people
sweating.
went to
I was
SoCal
like,
Idol Fest, or at least bought tickets.
Yeah, so I ended up having to go back to my hotel room, change into, like, something different.
I'd love
go
to
take
do
a
it again
cold
next
shower,
year.
lay in some air conditioning for a while, and come back. So I was still, I
I forgot about Adam Sandler jump scare. How do I go back frame by frame? For hold on. I'm so sorry to pause this. It's like frame by frame command YouTube. Alright, pause the video, press comma. Okay, comma. So,
came back like,
alright, comma. It's kind of weird doing this. Alright, let me scooch back a little bit. Alright.
sicker and sicker, and I was like, you know what, I can just, like, have some water, have some Gatorade from the green room, it'll be okay. And then it just kept, like, then I stopped sweating, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so I ended
did.
up having to go back to my hotel room, change into, like, something different.
Here it is. Here's the image. That's how I dress. That's how I'm dressed right now. Hold on. That's how I'm dressed right now. Jump scare. Anyway.
Take a cold shower, lay in some air conditioning for a while.
Yeah.
Come back. So
Get this guy
I
a Shein
came back
gift
later in
card.
the day, so I spent most of the day in my costume.
With
but
SheInTesters.com?
I still feel like
The thing that's always advertised on those
feel
Reddit.
a little bad, 'cause there are people
Am I
that
the
are like,
asshole?
oh, I got here
TikTok
late,
videos?
and like, yeah, and like I wasn't able to get a costume checky or anything, so I'm so sorry. If any of you guys wanted like a costume checky and you guys didn't get one at this event, please contact me so that I can get you one.
Please, this still
I'm so
stands.
sorry.
If you weren't able to get a costume
about
checky, please
getting
message
sick.
me
Like,
so that I
feel
can
like
send you one.
I know it's something that I don't have to apologize for, but like it's still like you came out to this event, you paid like $35 to get into the music festival. Like
It still stands, please.
so you should get the thing that you want. So please like send
It's
me,
free.
email
You don't have to worry
email
about it.
here, or like
Yeah.
send me a DM on,
Send
like,
me it.
Twitter or Instagram or something so I can get you one for free. It's totally fine. Just thank you for supporting me.
Mwah.
So after the event wrapped, like me and Haida
Bonks my
and
head on
Marcus
the computer.
went out to
while
dinner,
I
and I've been making
settle
new
back
friends
in.
during this tour. That's the fun part. I feel like I haven't mentioned this in any of the other tour
Yeah,
videos,
just like send an
but
email to the Bakery Sentai email.
I've been making a lot of friends. It's nice to have friends.
My new friends. My friends.
I love talking to
Pikmin
people.
checky!
The community. And we got to
I got
go
Kay a
outside together
checky
and hang
from
out for a little
Phoebe's
bit.
event.
And that was really nice. And then Sunday of that weekend, I went to my dear friend Phoebe's event at
Asayori Maid Cafe. So she's also on tour. She's doing like a coast to coast thing as well. And I'm so glad I was able to go. Thank you, Sae.
I owe
All the
Sae
maids
my
there.
life.
I owe you my life.
Shrimply fantastic! Can I
me
get
and my
some
friends, like, "Oh, we're
shrimp
gonna
in
go,"
chat?
and,
Everybody say thank you, Maid
there
Sae.
was like a ticket limitation or miscommunication or something, and one of my friends contacted Sae and was like, "Hey, do you have any tickets at the door?" And there were. Thank you so much. I owe you.
Shrimply
Really fun. That was my first,
fantastic!
brick and mortar maid cafe.
Brick and Morty.
experience.
I almost
So
said Brick and Morty, didn't I?
I had a lot of fun. I got a checky with each maid.
This is missing like one or
and,
two.
A checky with a couple checkies with Phoebe and stuff, and it was really fun.
Pikmin jump scare. Alright, hold on.
So I had a lot of fun.
Time for the Pikmin jump scare. Hold on. Let's get it.
And a checky with a couple checkies with Phoebe.
Here it comes. How your Pikmin look at you when you have nectar. This is how Pikmin look at you when you have nectar. POV, you're some sort of wretched beast in the Pikmin universe, and we're coming to kick your ass. Anyway,
Stuff. And
I
it was
love that
really fun.
Checky. It's so funny.
If you guys are interested, because this place is really awesome, they're moving right now, and they have like an Indiegogo campaign.
Did I ever post that
to,
Indiegogo campaign?
Move into a standalone location.
It's still going on.
So they are currently attached to a barcade in Torrance. And
Pickable man.
they've done so well that they've outgrown their little spot in the barcade. So they're trying to move to a bigger, newer home. So
That barcade's
if you
pretty
guys
damn
are
cool.
interested
I
in
didn't get a chance to
supporting them,
actually
you
like
guys
go
can.
and
Please,
like
I
do
have
the barcade part of
Indiegogo
it.
posted in
But
the
there's like
comments.
they had like initial D cabinets, and I
And
like looked
then
behind me and I
went
was like
home, and I prepared to get to
the
Anime
cat
Magic,
in the baby
but
gate
of course we are
that I always
weeks
post.
out from those events, so unfortunately I had to cancel my Anime Magic tour date because of flight issues that I had.
Yeah,
So,
fuck American.
American Airlines workers are currently going on strike, and that entire week leading up to it, apparently there was like things where like they overbooked flights like crazy, and then like then they moved people from like those overbooked flights to like different flights, and then kicked off people off of those flights.
They basically told
was
me
a
they
whole
couldn't get
mess.
me out there until
So
Saturday.
I got there to the airport, and they were like, they kicked me off of my flight and told me that the soonest that I could get there was Saturday morning. So basically, the first leg of my tour, I would get there at a tour. The first leg of my travel, I would get there on Saturday morning, and maybe
Minor typo in
flight to
chat.
get me there into Saturday afternoon. But at that point, it would have been 2 days into my trip, so I was able to get the flight refunded. And another thing with that was that like I tried to look at other airlines and other stuff, but like to get a ticket on that such short notice, it was like at least like $500, $600 that I didn't have.
Yeah, one of the
And
flights
in
was
terms
like
of airports, it
800,
was just-
1,000.
if I wanted to reroute with American Airlines, I had to do
To-
it from the airports that I was conscripted to when I booked my flight. And I couldn't move any of those destinations, even if they were within the same state or area. So
Yeah, couldn't go through Newark for that.
was not fun. I was absolutely devastated.
I hate going through Newark
Without
though.
going into like any like big detail about it, I was like really depressed about it because like it was gonna be like my last tour day. I was gonna announce my Colossal Con encore thing there. A lot of people were like, people had traveled to like Anime Magic to come see me specifically. I know, and I feel really bad about it. And I don't know. It's like all of these things are out of my control, but like it still sucks. So again, like I know I offered this when I canceled the thing.
Yeah, this is why I don't
Hey,
fight. Yeah, no.
You're someone that traveled out to Anime Magic to come see me.
Unless it's in a Gundam.
I am so sorry again.
It'd be cheaper.
Please also contact me with this email.
Yes, also, if you're watching this and you went to Anime Magic and you wanted to see me and like get a checky and stuff, please DM me so you could also like get your checky and your souvenir.
And a checky, I'll include some goodies. And then what's coming next is Colossal Con East in a week.
A week.
Shit.
2 weeks. It was
nervous.
2 weeks from filming this, wasn't it?
I'm not nervous, but like it is my last thing, and I can't believe that it's almost over. I really can't, because I just spent. It feels like May was like a couple weeks ago. It feels like I was at PucciCon a couple weeks ago. It feels like I was packing to get ready for Delta H only like last week or something. But I'm very emotional about it. I'm trying to keep that shit in. I'm trying to keep that shit in for the video, but I can't believe that I pulled this off with my own funding and stuff. Like, I know I said, like, oh, there's some hiccups.
I am the
along
weeper.
And, like, some dates that had to be canceled, but because of issues outside of my control, but I did it. I fucking did it. I can't guarantee that I won't cry at Colossal Con. So I'm doing a song that was very highly requested for me to do as my opener, and then my ending song is going to be a song that I wanted to do
by my own moderator.
When I was younger and was like, didn't know too much about like overseas idol stuff, but no, I wanted to perform it because I got into this group when I was very young.
I did cry.
So, and I also picked it for lyrical content. I'm really trying not to cry on this one. Put it down in the comments what you think my opener and ender song are going to be if you are watching right now. The hint for the opener is that it is not Cold Case.
It's not Cold Case.
Let people do live covers of their stuff.
I love Cold Case.
I don't know if that's the case because now they've disbanded, but I'm still going to respect that.
I love Cold Case.
The hint for
not much else.
Closer song is.
But I love Cold Case.
There used to be 6 members of this group, and now then there were 5 for many years, and now there is only 4. And this is one of their songs that they do for encores. So put them down in the comments if you know.
Yes. Can you know?
What did I learn from SoCal Idol Fest and Anime Magic? So, for SoCal Idol Fest, I learned that you don't know until you get there. So
any knowers in chat?
Basically,
yeah. I don't know. I wonder what that set list was.
That people were not going to be super interested in me because they hadn't heard of me before, and they were just going to like go hang out and go get lunch.
It's true. It's true.
And that didn't happen.
People
and
are like,
also
dude, this guy's so weird. I'm not into it.
I actually had out there
so often.
Got out there, because I knew you guys existed, but I didn't know that many of you guys existed, and that makes me really happy. And another thing, like me being waitlisted for the event and then getting in, because if you're like a performer and you know, like, for when you get waitlisted for an event, that's a great opportunity that people aren't gonna like pass up or just drop easily. You know that usually you're not
going to make it off that wish
I'm
list unless something
still surprised that I made it off the wait list a little bit. Just a little bit.
that
Just
makes
a little
someone
bit.
else drop off of it.
I know I had some people
um,
fighting for me for that.
Uh,
But I'm surprised I still made it off.
it's like I stuck it out and I made it. And then for anime magic, because I can still learn things. Even if I didn't actually make it to the tour date. So
I
basically,
love being a guy that exists.
I learned that it is okay to admit when something falls apart, when something goes wrong, and you don't have to be ashamed about it. Like, it's not my fault that American Airlines doesn't want to pay their workers fairly and thus decides to try to recoup the cost from people striking by overbooking people. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that I had flight issues. But after the event, I was feeling very depressed and
Yeah, I was not in a good place
that happened because
after getting kicked off my flight for a little bit.
to go to that tour date, and
Cause I just hate disappointing people.
felt like I was a disappointment to my fans. And that's kind of like a hard thing to like admit like verbally. Like I've talked about it to my friends and like people that
I appreciate you
I've talked
guys.
about it to people that I trust.
I have like a
because
support network and
after
stuff.
Anime Magic
Cause like,
having to cancel it,
I was like, cause people were very excited for me to go there. Cause it would have been my first time performing in the Midwest.
I may have disappointed some people, but that doesn't make me a disappointment as a person, as a creator.
One day I'll get out to the
especially
Midwest.
since
I want to do a
the
Happy
Midwest
Harmony event.
cancellation was out of my control, and every single what did I learn from this tour date lesson adds with you need to be nicer to yourself, which sometimes is hard. I feel like I haven't opened up about it too much, but if it wasn't very clear, I do struggle with like some self-confidence issues, like self-esteem, and depression and stuff, and it can be very difficult sometimes as a performer and putting yourself out there when you do feel like insecure about yourself sometimes. But I perform and I do this because I really love it, but the mortifying ordeal of being known it's okay. It's gonna be okay. I think one of these days I'm going to build up enough confidence in myself that I even though if sometimes it like comes back and bites me in the ass, the like thoughts about being like a disappointment, or feeling ashamed or like I'm not working hard enough. One of these days I'm gonna like it's gonna be less. It's gonna be less to carry around, and I truly believe that. So that's it for this one. I'm sorry that it got a little heavy towards
It
the
always
end.
gets better. It truly
But
does.
You know what? Raw, real, honest.
Raw. R stands
Real
for raw.
honest
A stands for
vibes
honest.
only during
W
the tour
stands for
logs.
vibes.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. I can't believe the Colossal Con East tour video diary. Like, this is gonna be the last tour video diary. Christ.
Real,
It
honest
feels like I was only,
vibes.
like, starting Latour like a couple weeks ago. Holy shit. So
thank you so much. I'll see you guys for the last installment whenever that comes out. Bye. Doggy footage at the end of this, I promise you.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Local man simply needs to not be hard on themselves. They're coming.
Puppy, 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 puppy. Hi, puppies.
I love them.
Oscar. Pickles. No? Okay.
I love her. She's baby. Supreme. Alright, so... Oh my god. Well... well, we're 10 minutes to our premiere. Just about, a little over that. So if you guys want to join the waiting room over here, you can. Here's the waiting room for it. So yeah, I'm gonna take this time to talk a little bit about, you know, this. I didn't realize how vulnerable I was in a lot of these videos. This video is going to be very long. I think it's gonna be like cover free bird. Free bird. Okay. So I think for the next like 5 to 7 minutes or so, I'm going to take another quick pee break because of all of the hydrate redeems. I'm gonna take a quick break because of all these hydrate redeems causing me problems. If you guys want to join the waiting room for the thing, I just posted the link down there, and I'll put it in my Discord server and on my socials and stuff. So it's so this one's gonna be kind of like a wrap up of CCE and the whole tour, honestly, because you know this is the last one. So I hope you guys will join me in the waiting room for it. I will have the stream still going for the watch party when this premiere goes off. So I'm gonna take the next while to go pee and go get a snack. And I think you guys should do the same thing. And then I'll meet you guys back up here at 4:30, okay? Hydrate 100. Hydrate 100. Okay. Fine. Alright, that's it for this bottle. Alright. I'll do... So, I will see you guys in 10 minutes. Alright. Welcome back. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit on my end because it is very loud. Alright. So I can see now here both the Twitch chat and the chat. So
if you guys needed the premiere link again, it's in chat. I'll put it in one more time. Kay, if you're there, do you mind, if you're there, do you mind, sending the people in the chat, in the premiere chat? Do you have multiple windows of the? Oh no, it's because it's echoing through my headphones. Probably. I'm trying to turn it down, but it's still pretty loud. It's just that YouTube premieres are pretty loud in general. Oh, what? Alright, let me go back. Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Because I hear it. To stop audio in the window, and the window in OBS. No, it's like playing from somewhere else. Oh, I found it. I found it. I found it. It's because it opened it in Chrome and it opened it in both Chrome and what's it called? The default browser. So whatever the all right. Yeah, it opened it in both for some reason. All right, let me. It isn't a Pawn Ranger stream without the scoff. Anyway. Nar. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna leave it so I can see the chat over here. Oh, okay, it's still
East Coast, the Northeast.
always
and you know what? If I can do it, I'll do it, man. I'll do it.
We did it. We
for
fixed
my
the
set
problem.
for this one, I chose two songs that were very important
It's okay.
and why they were chosen. So the first one was Boogie Train 03 by Fujimoto Miki. And
Scuff Ranger,
this
yeah.
was something that was highly requested by a lot of my fans. The first technically it's the second one, but the first highly requested song was Cold Case by Rezo. And
You're
guilty.
guilty.
They don't let people perform their songs live or cover their songs live. I'm not sure why, but I'll respect.
It's brand integrity.
Like whatever thing. I'm not sure if this
Brand
is going to
integrity
change.
strikes
Like
again.
watches, like I'm sitting here and they've changed their like fan works
They
thing
didn't.
on their website, and I didn't notice. But listen, better safe than sorry. I respect that. But I really enjoy the song. I had a lot of fun doing it. I need to do more Mikiti songs. So one of these days I'll do. Oh no, I lost my train of thought. One of these days, I need to do more Mikiti songs because this is literally so fun. I don't know what the hell Hello Project put in their music, or Tsunku put in his fucking music to make it that good. I like post about it on Twitter, and like my friends are like, it's all the yeah and the and the oh yeah DJ noises that he makes, and like sampling his own voice, and also a healthy respect for the fattest bass lines you've ever heard. So
I look well rested in this.
2000s Hello Project music.
I look well rested
I'm
in this
going to
video.
cover Romantic Ukare Mode.
one of these days. I cannot promise when, but I will do it at some point because I also love that song. And then my second song was Hashire by Momoyuno Clover, which is a song I wanted to do for a very, very long time. And when I say like very long time, I mean like before like Pawn Ranger. Like being like
I am definitely
young.
I'm
like,
still sick.
I don't even remember how old I was. I just remember like coming across it on YouTube and like really enjoying the song.
I'm getting a little better though.
Flow was like in middle school, and really wanting to do this song. And I have a very interesting history with this song, other than like me choosing it for like lyrical content also. Where I was going to do it for my performance at ANYC's
jump scare
hallway stuff, and then I didn't have the range or know with how to like do it, and then I ended up not, and then I wanted to add it to a different set, and I ended up not doing that later on, so I did it.
You did it. I did it.
And then also like lyrical content. I feel that right now, like the lyrical content for Hashire kind of describes how I'm feeling right now after completing this whole tour. I'm going to cry if I recite them, but I encourage you to go down to the description and see the translation that I linked down below, because
okay, if you're in the chat for
the second
final
verse,
video diary, do you mind posting the link
it's over.
to the
It's
Twitch?
over for me.
If they want
and then of
live
course, like,
me
the
reaction.
line is like, I see you on the same train. It works. It works. It's thematically great. And I definitely did cry during my set. I know people think it's like kind of gauche when like overseas idols like cry on stage. And I have two things, maybe three, to say to that. The first one is, I don't care. They're my tears, and I'll shed them wherever I want. My second one is, I earned that cry. Like, I know you don't need to like earn like crying, but like, you know, I'm gonna be honest, this tour was probably the hardest project, the biggest project that I've ever taken on, and probably will take on for a very long time. And it was exhausting, and it was fun, and I learned a lot of things, and it's just like, you know, it's just a release of just everything. And my third point is, did you look at the lyrical content in the description from the translation? You cry too if you're like me. If you're like me, and I know I am, you cry when Momoyuno Clover gets sentimental, okay?
I do. Sippy break. Sip break.
So what did I learn from Colossal Con East? So the thing that I learned is that, again, it's okay to be vulnerable, and that people will, like, if you build something, people will come. And I think more than anything, and I'm gonna get into what this whole tour taught me, but everything just sort of wraps up into one thing. Like, it's just a nice bow. It's just like a nice culmination of everything that I learned.
It's from Mystery Science Theater.
2 songs for this.
If you're like me, and I know I am, it's something I took from like Mystery Science Theater.
Because I barely had any time between the rest of my tour dates to practice any of it.
I don't remember what bit it was.
So I pulled together all this, and it looked great. I looked at the footage that I got, and I can like see a marked improvement from me at PuchiCon versus me at Colossal Con East performing, and that's kind of insane to look at, and that makes me happy. So, what am I doing after all this tour? So, I know I said I'd take a break, but I have a few things. My 2 big things right now are Northwest Idol Fest and Guardians release. So, I'll start with Guardian. Guardian, the thing that I announced a couple months ago.
I'll play some of the
it's coming
demo
out
for you
soon.
guys. A little bit.
I originally
it sounds
wanted
great.
it to be done for Northwest Idol Fest, but I think I'm going to have to start being like cosmically
Would
okay
you guys
with
be
that
interested in a little Guardian
happening,
sneaky peeky?
because like the song is like done, it like exists, it has lyrics, it's been recorded.
Maybe not of the full
it
song
can
yet,
be
but of the
performed at an
instrumental,
event,
perhaps.
but it's not finished in a way that like the A and B sides are just, they're not mixed yet, they're still in production with the mixers. So I'm aiming for November, and honestly it isn't a bakery Sentai first time go of it without there being a drought, a plague of locusts, everything on fire, the crops burning and dying, significant delays, technical issues, a blackout, the Y2K bug, tornado, hurricane, typhoon, flooding, what other bad things can happen? Stuff shrinking in the dryer, like if something doesn't go wrong,
Mercury in the Gatorade,
or stuff doesn't not even go wrong. If stuff doesn't,
that's what happened earlier. All 13 of those things happened when I tried to stream this.
I'm very excited to be releasing it. At least I hope by November. I'm putting it out into the universe. November. So next on my roster here is Northwest Idol Fest.
Well,
so before I get into what I'm doing at Northwest Idol Fest, I want to thank everyone that like campaigned to try to get me into Northern Lights this year. I had a lot of people that like messaged me being like, I want to see you on there. I'm from Seattle. I'm a tokusatsu fan from Seattle, and I will only go to this convention if you get on the main stage. And like one of you sponsored the convention.
Yeah, one of you sponsored the convention.
One of you sponsored the convention.
I wonder who that could be.
Like in my
honor.
In my honor. And I'm like kind of emotional about that.
At least one of you did.
You guys are insane people. I love you. But even though I didn't get into Northern Lights next year, this year, even though I didn't get into Northern Lights this year, there's always next year. And for those of you that were like, I want to see you on the main stage, guess what? I am on the main stage this year. So this year there's like 2 different stages for idol stuff. I'm not sure how much I can like talk about that, but basically like there's a smaller stage and then there's the main stage this year because there's so many idols that want to perform. And I made it onto the main stage on Friday night, so I'm part of like a set of performers. So I know I'm saying like the word main stage a lot for this, but I'll have the details here. So basically on Friday of the convention, I will be having a performance on the main stage.
Do lifts and make sure no one from staff
sees you at my stressed because like there's so much stuff that I'm doing and I'm like working really hard towards it because I want to make this the best it can be. And I'm entering like a new era with like my original music, and then I'm having a new costume for this, hopefully. New costume, new stuff. I'm like building stuff with LEDs in it over there. I can't show you right now, but I'm pointing to my office. So like, I'm
hypothetically, of course.
I'm working really hard.
Tom got me. If no one got me, Tom got me.
It means a lot to me because like you guys like getting the word out and like being interested in seeing me helps me get to all these stages. Not only like Northwest Idol Fest, but also this entire tour. You guys throwing your weight behind me really helps because it shows people that like, oh, there's like that people do like this little orange guy, and that you guys are willing to like go and support me on stuff. And that's the biggest part of it, is that like it's starting to become a thing where like now like I can have my portfolio, I can show everyone like the things that I've done, but if you guys weren't there, then I wouldn't be as far as I am right now.
It's true.
So I really appreciate you guys, and I hope that I'll see you at Northwest Idol Fest this year. And if
Hello,
you seeing
Lily.
this video diary vlog thingy and hearing me announce that I am having like an event at Northwest Idol Fest makes you want to buy a ticket, tell them who sent me.
Oh, yeah,
Tell
of course,
them that you're coming to
hypothetically.
see me. Tell them that you're a fan of my work, because it really helps.
It helps, bitch.
Let everyone know that you're a fan of this guy. It's not cringe. It's a little cringe. It's a little cringe, but it's okay.
Love is
There's
never
no such thing as
cringe.
cringe. Cringe culture is dead. Tell them that you love me. So, the last segment of this, and I might put a content warning up, because, you know, it's the good and bads of touring, and I might make a full video about, like,
Close your ears
how
for
I
the
did
next
the
6
tour,
minutes.
and, like, how
'Cause I
I
can't pause
budgeted
it.
for it. But, you know, there's a lot of things that I've learned on the tour that's, like, you know, kind of school of hard knocks type thing that's a little rougher to hear. So I had simultaneously like a really fun time on tour, and I learned a lot about myself, and I
Love that
improved,
orange
and I
guy.
made a lot of friends. And then on the other side, like, I also learned things like the hard way. And it's like it was a very exhausting and like tiring experience. Like, it was an like, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, on one hand, there was a lot of things that sucked about being on the road and like interacting with people and not having enough time to process bad things when they happen, and just having to roll with the punches and just not think about stuff. And then on the other hand, I learned a shit ton, and I had a great time, and I don't think I'll ever regret going on tour.
It's true.
So it's like, you know, and for most of my travels, basically it was, I would get on a plane at 6 a.m. out of the nearby airport and go to wherever my destination was. Probably be traveling for between 4 or 5 to 8 hours. That's including me like getting to the airport and leaving the airport and having layover times and stuff like that. So I'd spend like whole days traveling, and then I'd go to this event and I'd work all weekend, and I worked myself to the bone, and then I'd travel the entire day on Monday, get home super late, and then have 2 days to like wash all of my clothes and my costume and try to rest and try to get what things needed to be done in the interim, and then get up again at 6 a.m. and then spend the whole day get up again at 6 a.m. on Thursday before an event, spend the whole day traveling, and then only just do it all over again every week. So like, it's one of those so that doesn't leave a lot of time for self-care and making sure that your brain is okay.
I'm laughing. I can read
And
the
there are some
chat.
things that I experienced like while on tour
I'm reading the
that
chat
weren't
on
great.
YouTube as well.
Like, I know I said in the Techo video that a lot of bullshit that happens within the idol community, and sometimes I feel weird being like, there's awful things that happen in the idol community, because that tends to be the thing that people bring up the most in regards to the overseas idol community. And when in reality it's a way more nuanced and like minimal thing. Like, on a day-to-day basis with me doing like my work and doing content and like going to events and posting stuff online and filming all these videos and stuff, it's like I don't come across people sucking, like, but it tends to be the thing that people want to talk about the most, because you know, human brain and focusing on negative things and stuff like that. So it's like I had some experiences while on tour that weren't great. And I know in my Techo video I said that a lot of things happen online and they stay online, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes people are just mean. Sometimes people are just unkind. And sometimes they're unkind in person. And it was kind of hard for me to like come to terms with that, because it's like I personally like am of the opinion that like if you don't like someone or you don't like their content or you don't, if you don't like their content, then that doesn't make them a bad person. If if their thing is not your thing, then that doesn't mean that they're a bad person necessarily. And it's it's like, if personally for me, it's like if I don't like someone or something, yeah, whatever. It's not their problem, it's my problem. So I don't know, it's just one of those things where like I've come across so many experiences, not so many, but like I've come across a lot of experiences where like I had like not great shit happen to me, and I don't know, I choose to be private about it, but it's one of those things where it's like if I were to just if it were like a one-time thing, like someone was shitty to me at a convention and then I was able to go home and just go on with my
Always
go
be
home,
kind to
process
people.
it and relax.
Make the choice to be kind.
I think it would be much easier to handle than me having that happen, but when I get home I have work to do. And a lot of that like stuff with like the travel time and stuff made it a little difficult for me to process like some of these things. So like I've sort of put it off for like a couple months, and now that the tour is over, it's kind of hitting me. Don't worry, I'm good with like therapy and support system, but it's just like, I think there's a certain thing about this where like it's kind of taught me that like there's a lot of this thing. Maybe I'm stronger than I realize. And I don't think of myself as being like a mentally strong person necessarily, but like it's, having to deal with all that, it just makes me think like, oh shit, maybe maybe there, that takes quite a bit of mental strength to just be able to experience those things and then move along so quickly and then deal with them later. It's just,
you are stronger than you realize, bitch.
And the other thing on that is like, again, it's like people want to talk about negative things that happen in the community, and I think there's a time and place for that. Personally, for me, I do feel a little weird being like, I've experienced people being assholes to me in person at these events, because I also don't want to scare like younger people away from like doing this, because like the thing is that like the community is not all good, but it's also not all bad. It's not like no music scene. I view the overseas idol community as primarily being like a music and performance scene. So like every single scene like that, there's going to be people that are jerks, and then there's going to be people that are fine. And it's the same thing. Not everyone's good or bad, but some people act in ways that are unkind sometimes, and it's not that that's okay, but it's, it's just a natural part of it. And I just have very complex feelings about it. Ideally everyone would be kind. I don't know what my wrap up to this point was. I think it's that the second thing I learned past things that happen online usually stay online is sometimes people that are jerks, it's theater kid bullshit. It's theater kid bullshit. Anything that happens in the idol community usually like that's theater kid bullshit.
And musician bullshit. So, what else did I learn?
All right, that
on
section's
tour?
over.
I
You
learned
can come back now.
that I am an insane person for doing this. So, I thought that for not insane positive. I thought that like this was something that had been done before by someone, like,
Bullshit.
and I'm sure it has, but
Yeah.
like as I was going through this and talking about the tour and like talking about stuff with like friends within the
Hydrate your
community
teens.
that have been here way longer than me. Excuse me. I would talk with like friends that were involved that have been involved in the community for a very long time, and they've told me basically like, yeah, no one else has kind of done this before, at least not as extensively as you have, and I am sort of like, there's absolutely no way that I am like the first person to do a coast to coast tour. This community is old as shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's not old, but it's at least 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even older
Am I
than
really
that.
the first
It's,
person that's done
The
this?
name Overseas Idol or International Idol is relatively new as far as I understand. But, like, there were people doing idol activities in the US, like J-pop idol activities in the US, before the term Overseas Idol existed. So, like, I'm surprised that no one's ever attempted it because I have friends that are in, like, punk bands and stuff, and they do crazy shit like that all the time. So, you know, I honestly think that like anybody with
Idol-wise,
like,
maybe.
the time and
Maybe.
resources to do the tour can do it.
Yeah.
If you're an insane person like me and you have some money and the mental wherewithal to be exhausted and traveling 5 out of 7 days of the week, and on the road and pushing yourself really hard, I think anyone can do this. If you have no brain cells, if you're orange and have no brain cells, orange isn't a prerequisite. The brain cells are.
Let's say solidly,
You know,
maybe. I think past year's the point.
You can do this.
Yeah.
You can do this. Anybody
Perhaps.
can do this, provided they have the time and money and insanity. And, you know, it's just weird to think that if it is true that I am the first person to do this type of coast-to-coast extensive tour, oh my god, if that's true, am I a legend? Probably not. But it's like, is that true? If that's
sorry, I
true,
love
then
that
what's
bit.
the implications? And what's the impact that I just made for the community?
Mom, come pick me up. I'm
And
scared.
I probably won't know that, and no one will know that until years down the line. But I'm like thinking, like, did I make if I actually made community history, then like, what does that mean?
What does it mean?
And I feel like
all
that's
of the dream.
so, like,
what does it mean? How
like,
does it mean?
It feels like that's arrogant to say, but it's like, if it is true that I am the first person to do this, then what does that mean? What does that imply?
What
Where
kind
is
of
that
bar
going
has
to
been
push the
raised
community to?
by this?
If what my friends are like, yeah, you just raised the bar and no one else has done this, what does that mean for everybody else? Like, I think that anybody could do this if they really wanted to. And I think, honestly, something more manageable, like a regional tour, is probably gonna be way easier than this. So I think maybe I'd be interested in seeing other idols attempt to tour in the coming
Major
years.
challenge. Do a
I'll
tour containing
probably, like,
5
make
dates.
Maybe I should make that video about it. I just don't know how to explain this other than, like, I knew how much
$11,000
flights
and a
were.
dream.
And I can book a hotel room on my own because I'm over a certain age. I think it's over 21 or 23 that a lot of, like, hotel rooms make you be. Do they make you be 18 now?
It's
only?
less the
'Cause when I
flight
was
and more the
younger,
lodging.
the
in my
like minimum age to book a
experience.
hotel room was like
Like
either 21 or 23.
you can
depending
get
on the
places,
chain
but the
that
most
you went
important
to,
thing
so
is that you
I
need
don't
a
know, tell
place
me
to
that down in
sleep.
the comments. And what's my other thoughts on this tour before I wrap this up? So, as exhausting and as like mentally strenuous as this all was, and as fulfilling and cool as this all was, I think I'd like to try it again in a few years. Not next year whatsoever. I think I'm basically going to like take it easy and focus on like making more original music and
Patreon.com/pawnrage.
like, the independent tokusatsu stuff. You know, but I'd like to do it again sometime. Maybe if I like keep building people, like keep building my like
The dude did
fan
it,
base,
yeah.
if there's more of you exist, and I think maybe I could do it much bigger and much better.
Could learn from my
One of my
mistakes I made on
goals
this one.
is
They did the
at some
Patreon
point
plug.
to like think more seriously about this business side of it. Like, I don't want to go like full corporate on you guys or anything, but I think another thing is like this tour made me think a lot more about like the business aspect of it, and the management aspect of doing like overseas idol stuff, and that's pretty cool. Like that's a new angle that I didn't think about before. So I'm learning all things all the time, baby. So to wrap this all up, thank you everyone that came out to my tour dates. If you found me because of this tour, please let me know, because I met so many cool people. I've made so many new friends that I can't wait to see again at Northwest Idol Fest. And I like can't wait to see everybody again. And I'm kind of I'm getting emotional about it now. I really couldn't have done this tour without you guys. And you guys being like, you should definitely do this, and I want to come see you at this thing. And also all of the people in the idol community that run events fully believing in the work that I'm doing and fully believing in the tour, and
I'd love to.
Me,
I'd love to
being
join
like,
you on
I
the
will
Gun
give you a
Plus
spot.
stream.
Shout out to Jemimemu for getting me 3 of those tour dates.
Everybody
Christ.
said thank you, Jenny Bond.
I owe you my life. Jenny, if you're watching this, I owe you my firstborn, and also maybe like dinner at some point. Hold me to it. Hold me to
I
it.
took that picture from her Twitter.
So,
it's from her
despite
Twitter.
Everything bad that's happened and all the hard stuff about it, I fully believe that the core of Overseas Idols is love and passion, not only for what we do, but love for one another and passion about like music and performing. And I think that's what it's all about. Is listen, I what it's all about is love, man. At the end of the day, love. I know that's a very tokusatsu protagonist thing to say, but it really is just all about love. And I think that that's the most wonderful thing about the
Love is
Overseas
never
Idol community.
cringe.
So again, thank you guys for this tour. I'll see everybody again at Northwest Idol Fest. Thank you for always supporting me and having my back, and again, not only propelling me through this tour, but also getting me on a main stage thing for Northwest Idol Fest, because you guys want to see me do good stuff.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm joking around because I really don't want to cry. But thank you all again. I hope you enjoyed this video diary series. Maybe I should make more of these if I, after every single event that I do. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys at Northwest Idol Fest. Bye!
Good stuff.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Yippee! So that's it. That's it. Let me think. Do I have any other thoughts? I had re-recorded it because this was like the second version of me doing that video, and there was a part that I like didn't keep from the other one that was about a little bit more about meeting young people while on the tour. And when I say young people like I'm like an old man, but like I mean like people that are like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, coming to like their first idol event and stuff. And I think I talked about it a little bit in my Delta H thing, but the thing is that like when I was 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, when I was like an odorite, I was looking up to a lot of the people that I go out to dinner with at conventions now. And it's like I feel like if my younger self knew that 10 years down the line they'd be like hanging out with the people that they so looked up to online, they would absolutely shit their pants. So honestly, one of my big goals that I've found throughout this tour is that, which makes me emotional, and I've had a bunch of young people come up to me after my show and be like, I'm really inspired by your work. I'm glad I was able to come out to like one of your tour dates. This is my first idol show. This is my first show seeing you, all stuff like that. And it makes me like I really like it. I know that some people feel kind of uncomfortable with like younger people like interacting with their content, and my content maybe 16 plus and stuff like that, but it's also like when I was fucking 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I was convincing my parents to buy me Black Butler from Barnes and Noble, and they just did it. So it's like you know, but it's like I hope that I'm still around in like 5-10 years, and that these kids do join the overseas idol community or do join an adjacent community, and they're able like 10 years from now to sit at a dinner table with me, come to Yard House with me if Yard House is even still around then, and tell me that tell me the same things that I feel about some of the people that I sit with now. And it's kind of amazing to think about that. And I don't often think of my own work kind of having that impact. And a lot of the good stuff about this tour is actually getting to meet people and getting to like talk with people that follow my content, people that follow my work, and people that are interested in stuff. Yard hard with Next Gen! Yeah! God. Because it's like, it's one of those things where like, I don't know, I don't often think about me making these silly videos and silly songs and dressing up in a little train costume and going to different conventions as something that might have an impact on people. And it does. And it certainly does. And You know, that goes the same for like any art. So you may not think the stuff that you're doing is important, but to someone it is. Um, Speaking of things that are important, who would like to hear a little bit of my new song coming out soon? Um, I will BRB real quick so I can like grab the file so I can just play it. But give me 1 second to find it. I forgot to turn on my mic. So, are you guys ready to hear this? This is fire. Uh, um, this is the instrumental for Guardian, fresh from my man Jemimemu, Pure Smile. I think he did great. I'm very excited for it to be released so that you guys can see, because Melancholia wrote the lyrics for this song, and he did he did a really great job. Their lyrics that like really we worked together on this really resonates with me, and I'm so excited to finally be releasing this within like the next month or two. So let's go. All right. All right. I love this. Hold on. All right, let me retry. Open. Oh, man, what a tease. All right. Hold on. It isn't a Pawn Ranger. It isn't a Pawn Ranger stream without me, without the crops burning. Everything on fire. Alright, downloads. Open in here, and then open master. Oh, so good. So tasty. So good and tasty. So hopefully that will be out by November. I plan to perform it at Northwest Idol Fest in full. Again, like I did at Otakon. So I performed like the demo at Otakon, and that went over super well. And then I'm going to perform it. I ideally wanted it to be done by Northwest Idol Fest, but production. Listen again, it isn't a bakery Sentai production without death and destruction and planets in Gatorade and so I'm also for that. If you see on my couch back there, scooch on over. So, all right, I'm making physicals for it. I'm holding this up to the mic like you can speak. These are CDs. These are CDs, and I have jewel cases in that other box. So, put it down very gently. So, there will be a physical release for this on top of Spotify release because and also be on my Bandcamp and stuff. I like it when I'm able to own music personally. And I also really enjoy physical media, so I'm releasing it on physical media. So listen, I thought about like cuz it's like just CD with Guardian written on it in Sharpie. But no, I have access to printing equipment for free, and obviously it was like I was looking at like physical release like stuff, like printing companies. So like it'd be like I would look and it would be like minimum order quantity is like 100, and it costs like $300 to $500 to like make. So I'm like, you know what? It is way cheaper to make your own. CDs can in fact be burnt. CDs is the same. So it'll have that and then like a B-side for it, which isn't going to be an original song, but it is going to be like a cover of a song that I also really enjoy that's kind of like an obscure song by Tomoe Shinohara, whose work I really enjoy, and I don't have to worry about anyone coming after me because it had like one CD in the early 90s. And it was on only one album from the early 90s. So, and I think the lyrical content for that particular song complements Guardian's lyrical content as well. So you will have more information about that as October comes in, and if you're going to Northwest Idol Fest, I plan to take pre-orders for the physical release. So I'm very excited for this. I love things. I love things so much all the time. So let me see here. I may or may not tease it on Patreon. Patreon.com/PawnRanger. Again, since I'm being bullied for my lack of Patreon. Patreon pushing. So, alright. So, that's it for today's stream. Thank you all so much for coming out. I'm gonna see if I can get like a VOD of this, like, so I can put it on YouTube with the rest of my stuff. But no guarantees that it won't be muted. In places where I don't want it to be muted, I forgot to press the recording button. So I was gonna like remove the like break times anyway for a YouTube release, but It is what it is. So, thank you guys so much for coming out. I also want to thank you guys so much for coming out to like my tour dates and like enjoying my stuff and enjoying like the content that I do. And I hope that I am able to see you guys either at Northwest Idol Fest next month, or hopefully I'll get to ALA and I'll be able to see you guys at ALA. So, all right. Good night. Around where I am, it's like 5:30 ish. So like little before 5:30 ish. So it is dinner time. If you're getting dinner, go get dinner. If you're having a late lunch because your time zone's like a couple hours before, um, go get lunch if you haven't yet. And then if you're in a time zone that's like 12 hours ahead, please go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming out.